Video walkthrough for 3131 Paradox Circle, Unit 401. Entry hallway. It would be good if the floor tile was steam cleaned and the grout sealed with a light color to match the tile. To the left is the primary bedroom. I did check the mattresses in all of the rooms and they look relatively new and clean, and they do have mattress protectors on them underneath the sheets. I don't see anything that needs to be done in this room. It is turnkey. Furniture is in nice shape. Nothing is broken. Colors are pleasing and neutral. Bathroom. The closet has the vacuum cleaner, which does work, and the ironing board and the iron does work. Shower. I think the shower door suffices. I don't think we need to change it. Everything in here looks nice. The inspector did say there's a couple things, and I'll go through that with you at the end. Everything else works well. There's a couple little things, but nothing earth-shattering. Again, it looks like the carpets have been steam cleaned and no stains. They look nice. May not need to even replace those, but we can talk about that. Smells good in here. I would do some caulking around this tub just to freshen it up a little bit in those corners there. And perhaps change the shower fixtures. They look a little bit rough, but they're not that bad, to be honest with you. Maybe a good cleaning. I'm not a huge fan of chrome. I'm more of a brushed nickel stainless steel kind of person because it doesn't show scratches and wear anywhere near as much as the chrome does. Matching light bulbs in the light fixture would be nice. Some have a yellowish tinge and some have a bright daylight tinge, but again, I'm nitpicking. Washer and dryer functioned properly. AC does need a service and a cleaning. It works properly, cooling properly, but the coils are dirty, which means it could use a good service clean. We do have some touch-up areas on the walls where the touch-up paint doesn't match the wall paint, but we were planning to do a full paint probably anyway, or at least paint the lighter colored walls. Probably could get away with leaving the gray parts alone and just painting the lighter parts. So there's the new stools. They're nice. They look good. They're clean, modern. Everything functions properly in the kitchen: dishwasher, microwave, oven, and refrigerator. The blender powers up and lights up fine and spins. Coffee maker turns on. I actually did not run any coffee through it, but it turns on and the bottom plate heats up and the toaster works properly. Again, some more touch-ups on the walls. But if we paint this color over, you'd be in good shape. Blinds are all good. Seating group is nice. Everything works good. Here is the new couch. I like it a lot. It's bigger than what was here for better seating. It's very comfortable. Very nice colors. Has that chase that people enjoy. And then here's the two chairs. I don't think we need to replace these. I think they made a very good choice. I think this is much more pleasing than that ultra-modern pleather that was here before. Not a huge fan of the coffee table, but that's just style and choice. Could put something different there if you want. And then out on the patio, I'd replace these chairs. They don't look comfortable at all. And the seats are a little bit busted up. So this is something I would invest a nice seating group and table. The inspector did note that he doesn't know why they put these type of balcony rails in, that it's a little bit of a safety hazard because a child could climb up them. It's kind of like a ladder style, so they could climb. Now, in my opinion, if a child really wants to get up and over a railing, they'll find a way, even if it's vertical balusters instead of horizontal. You know, they'll leverage in the corner. Both of my children could have climbed any balcony at any time, regardless of the material. And so, in my opinion, we can all get overly worried about safety, but it really is up to parents to watch their kids. And I would never have a young child out on a upper floor balcony by themselves anyway. All right. So that is it in a nutshell. This is actually overall in a little better shape than when we saw it, just because they've replaced some of the bad stuff. So right now, I would say tile, steam cleaning, and grout. Changing the grout back to the color of the tile like it is. You can see where there's not a lot of high traffic. You know, changing the grout, staining it back to that color would look a lot nicer. Besides that, a new seating group on the balcony, painting the light colored walls, but leaving the gray alone, I think, and you're in business. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Oh, inspection. So there wasn't a lot. The AC handlers, coils are dusty and dirty. It needs a servicing and a cleaning, but it's operating properly. There is the tub fixtures, both the bath filler and the valve are loose. They need to be recaulked or resecured to the wall. They wiggle back and forth. There is a fitting under one sink that needs to be reconnected. And a couple door stops are broken. And that's about it. I'll fill you in on the problem with the storage area. We were not able to get in it today. The seller is going to have to pay the inspector's fee to come back, and we'll probably do an extension. But I'll fill you in on that in more detail via email or phone call. Okay, that's all I've got.